Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel and blog. I'm Jenny Hall. Thanks for joining me for another card making tutorial. Today I'm going to be creating a panel with glossy white paper and ink refills. The three colors I'm using are Berry Burst, Wild Wasabi, and Crumb Cake. I'll start out with having rubbing alcohol, just the kind you can get from the drugstore or the grocery store, and it's loaded into my Stampin' Spritzer. This is a good tool to have on hand for many different projects. Once it has a coating on the paper, I'm using the ink refills to drip color in random different places around the cardstock. Ink refills are really good to use on our refilled Stampin' Mister or ink pads, but we can use them in many different ways. I'm adding more rubbing alcohol to the project, and if you can see, when I spray the alcohol, the force of the mist is making the color move. Also, because it's blending with all of this alcohol, the color is spreading around and creates these wonderful patterns. I have 4 paper towels that are folded and layered together, and I'm doing all of my coloring on that because once you use the alcohol, so much more fluid is going to have to come off of the glossy paper. I want there to be plenty of absorption so that this extra ink and fluid can come off of the paper without giving it total saturation. I'm using my finger to move around some of those different colors, and as you can see, the ink did saturate the paper. It's okay if it does that, but it takes a significantly longer amount of time to become completely dry. I have a card base and a panel from Crumb Cake cardstock. My plan is to die cut and inlay the die cut portions back into the panel to allow this really pretty panel to show through. I will use some little tiny new miniature Stampin' Dimensionals to help hold all of my die cuts back onto the panel. It's not necessary to secure them with washi tape because I would be using Stampin' Dimensionals anyhow to raise this panel up away from the card base. I did use quite a few of those little dimensionals, but it's okay because I want this panel to feel even. For the sentiment, I have a couple of words that I'm stamping together in Berry Burst ink from Sunshine Wishes stamp set. I'm also going to add some sequins that are in bronze color or copper color. And for the inside of the card, I'm stamping some leaves with Crumb Cake in different generations of ink with the full-size stamp of the leaf, and then with the outline of the leaf, I'm going over it with Berry Burst ink. I'll secure this panel down to the inside of my card with a little bit of liquid glue. This is a fun project, and it's a nice way to create a fun panel and allow the colors to show through in a more typical kind of way. Thank you all for joining me for another card making tutorial. Be sure not to miss the exclusive content I share only with my customers. I hope you can become a customer by clicking on Shop Now at jennystampsup.com to make your Stampin' Up! Purchase. Thanks so much for your support, and thanks for joining me today. I'll see you in the next video.
Hi, my name is Trip. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.